Accountability is the make or break for most people. It's really the reason why coaches exist in all areas of life. You see, a lot of us know what to do and a lot of us know how to do it. But execution at the end of the day is all that matters. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can keep yourself accountable better to make sure you get to your fitness goals. What's good, YouTube? The shred's coming in a little bit. It's your boy John Mango, and I'm here dropping weekly fitness content on this channel. It's gonna help you get to your fitness goals faster and more enjoyably. So if you're interested in doing so, then I recommend that you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you stay until the end of this one, I'm gonna go over my exact theory because I get asked all the time, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep yourself accountable? How do you do things when you don't wanna do it? I'm gonna go through that, my own specific perspective. Maybe it'll help you out. So if you're interested in hearing that, then stay until the end of the video. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some of these tips that I've made for you to help keep you accountable, because obviously this is massive to get into your fitness goals. Let's go ahead and start out with number one, which is the 5 why method. Now, you may have heard me talk about this in the past on the channel in a video, but the 5 why method is very, very important because it's ultimately going to help you dig deep enough to find a reason that's going to motivate you and make you push through those days that you don't want to do it. So here's how it works. Essentially, you ask yourself 5 why questions. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to lose 15 pounds, okay? Currently, I'm trying to shred. I want to lose 15 pounds. Great. First question, why do I want to lose 15 pounds? Well, because I'm going to look better. Okay, well, why do I want to look better? That's 2. Because I'll feel better. Well, why do I want to feel better? Because it can translate to every other area of my life and make that better. Well, why do I want to make every other area of my life better? Because then I can actually keep doing what I do, help empower others and make them live their lives better. But why do I want to help empower others and make their lives better? Because it'll make me happy. Usually it does come down to something like that, but if you see, you can really dig through and find the true reason why. And I'm not saying it's gonna be the same for you, but if you ask somebody usually, oh, you wanna lose 15 pounds, why? It's, well, I wanna look better. And they don't dig any deeper. That's just not enough of a reason to get up those days that you don't wanna get up, which are inevitably coming, by the way, and still putting in that work. But if you wake up, and again, I'm going to share you a very powerful thing at the end here. If you wake up with that mentality that, oh my God, I really don't want to do this, do I want to positively impact others? Will me waking up right now help positively impact others down the line, help positively impact my family? That's a lot easier to get you out of that bed regardless of what you think. So that's why this method is number 1 on the list. And if you haven't done this yet, I recommend that you take some time yourself, sit down and ask yourself why you want to get to your goals, but not just once, ask it at least 5 times. If you need to keep going until you really click and find that reason that's going to get you out of bed in the morning when you want to the least. All right, the next tip is something that I've mentioned in one of my more recent 2019 videos. That's going to be to set up an accountability calendar. As the name would imply, you're simply going to set up a calendar. It could be in your room. If you've seen one of my recent videos where I go over my specific goals, you'll see that I have one of these actually set up in my own room. I'm not preaching things that I wouldn't follow myself, but not to mention accountability calendars are something that some of the greatest, most successful people on this planet do preach and say that they've used in the past or currently do as well now. So if they need one, then I'm pretty sure that it could probably help us out as well. How the accountability calendar works, it seems like I'm losing my voice, is you got to set up a calendar, but what you want to mark down on that is something that you can actually track each and every day. So maybe you want to save a certain amount of money. Each and every day, write down how much money you saved. Or you want to make it to the gym a certain amount of days per week. Great. Every time you get to the gym, those days per week or a certain amount of days per week, you want to make sure you cross off that day. And what happens is, the reason it's so powerful is it starts building up momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful things on this planet. Once you start moving in the right direction, things start compounding and you get momentum, it really starts exponentially helping you get to that goal that much faster. So in this case, you have something visually in front of you and you want to put it somewhere where you'll constantly see it or walk by it, and that is reminding you, look, you've come this far, you've done this much so far, stick to it. Maybe you're, sleepy in the morning, you wake up, you look at that calendar, say, I really don't want to break this streak. I really want to keep going what I've been doing because I know that it'll lead to better results. So accountability calendar is a great tool and it's definitely worth a shot. Next up is going to be something similar. It's accountability apps that you can use on your phone. Now, these I use myself actually, and if you want to know a little bit more about what I do to keep myself accountable and to schedule out my day and all that, then leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to bring a video of that to you guys. But there's two specific apps I want to show you. So if you look at this list here, okay, I've got a few productivity apps. Now, the ones that we're talking about are this one, the red, it's called Todoist, and the one beside it is called Productive. Now, essentially it works just like accountability calendars. You can set up things. So for example, in Productive or in Todoist, you can set up, go to the gym on Monday. When Monday rolls around, you enable notifications on your phone and boom, you get pinged with that reminder that you gotta go on Monday. You made the commitment to your future self, you made the commitment that you're gonna go, and it pops up and it reminds you. Now, this is extremely powerful because you see, a lot of us have notifications for messages, Instagram, social media that are distracting us from our goals. The only notifications I have turned on, at least one of the only notifications I have turned on my phone, are these ones, okay? So that way, the only thing that's actually popping up and taking my attention is something that's reminding me to get something else done. Now, if you were to implement that in your life, I guarantee you, and by the way, shut off the notifications on your messages, your Snapchat, or if people use that, your Instagram, your YouTube, just turn off those notifications because they're distracting you and taking away from your goals. Replace that with enabling notifications from these apps and they'll get you further towards your goals. Keep your eye on the prize. That's gonna be my third tip, is try to look into these apps. They are free, by the way. They'll even send you emails, whatever you need. Set something up. They create momentum in them. They create streaks. So it works just like an accountability calendar, but for some of us, you can utilize both just to leverage all these as much as you can. But for some of us out there, we might benefit more from using the app, or some of us might not and will benefit more from using the calendar. It's up to you. Try them both out. All right, my fourth tip is going to be to write your goal down every morning and every night. And also, a little tip inside of a tip: when you write the goals down, I want you to write them in present tense. So, for example, your goal is to lose 20 pounds this year. You're going to write down in the morning, first thing when you wake up, and first and last thing before your head hits the pillow. I don't know what. Before your head hits the pillow, hopefully it's not that violent, but you're going to write down, I am X weight, okay? So your weight now minus 20 pounds, if that's your goal. I weigh, let's say you weigh 170 now, I weigh 150 pounds. Okay, you're gonna write that in present tense as somewhat of an affirmation, but also as a reminder to keep your eye on the prize. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is write down the goal that you're working towards. The rest of that day, you've got it in your mind, okay? You've got it there. The first thing you do in the morning when you grab a breakfast, it's gonna be a healthier breakfast. It's gonna be a breakfast that helps you get to your goal. You're gonna get to the gym because you remind yourself, I weigh 150 pounds. You start convincing yourself of that. You start feeling what it feels like to be that, and then it motivates you that much more to get up and do it. All right, for everybody who stayed until the end of this video, it was a short one, it was a quick one, but I wanted to get this to the point, and I know it's something a lot of you struggle with. I will be coming out with more informative videos, like more science-based stuff and all of that topics, but I do want to get these out of the way at the beginning of the year just to make sure that as many of us stick to these goals as possible and utilize this information, for the rest of your life. So my personal reasoning is this. I apply all of these things, by the way. I do all of it. I write my goals down every morning and every night. I have an accountability calendar that I'm keeping myself on track with. I have these apps that I have my notifications on with, and I've asked myself the 5 whys. And in reality, here's the deal. When it comes to motivation, I get asked all the time, and my answer is always the same. Motivation is complete bullshit. Okay, if you're waiting to be motivated, if you feel, oh, I'm just not motivated, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares, okay? Why? Because then you make excuses. At the end of the day, the only person that you're gonna face that's gonna care is the person in the mirror. If you wake up and you're tired, guess what? Do it anyway. This is what goes through my head. I've convinced myself so many times of this that now every time I don't feel like doing something, I know it's a trigger in my brain to go and do it immediately. So you want to move towards your discomfort, move towards what you're discouraged to do, okay? Because that's an indication that what you're doing is getting you somewhere. Those plateaus you're hitting, that means that you had to get to the plateau in the first place. So if you're getting discouraged, it's because you're working at something hard enough that you're trying to grind through, you're not seeing results right now. Keep at it. You're 3 feet from gold most of the time. So my motivation is, for example, getting up at 4 a.m. every single day is simple. To me, my bigger picture in my mind, I asked why a million times and I know, and to me it's literally a matter of with the influence I'm trying to build. Every day that I don't get up in the morning, every day that I hit the snooze and fall asleep, which is never anymore by the way, every day that I do that and I decide to go that route, I'm letting the entire planet down. Now just imagine for a second that your goal, your vision, and your motivation is that big. If you don't go to the gym, the entire planet will become worse. You're letting everybody down. And you might think, well, that's a little intense. That's the whole point. Make it as intense as you need to and convince yourself of it, because in reality, it is the truth. Get up, go to the gym, do it anyway. You don't feel like it? Great. That's all the more reason to do it. Anyway, that's my personal motivation. I hope you got some insight from that. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for anything fat loss or anything that you need help with. Message me on Instagram, follow me there as well. Comment below any questions, concerns, or new topics you want me to bring. Also, don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't yet for my daily vlogs and more content coming every single week. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in that next video, because I'm out.